Hello out there. So, someone commented that I should do a dread hairstyles video, and I guess now that I'm starting it, I'm kind of unprepared because I don't really use like trinkets or accessories, I guess is the better word, for my dreadlocks. Just kind of I don't even use hair elastics. I used to use hair elastics. Well, not even hair elastics, but I had a stretchy headband. I had two, and like normally they're for like your face that you put back like this. But I used them as hair elastics because normal hair elastics obviously break really easily when you have dreadlocks because they're just your hair gets thicker, right? But yeah, I lost both of those, so I've been kind of just making do with using my dreadlocks as a substitute for hair elastics. And I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't do a lot of different hairstyles. I do like a few different ones, and then that's just kind of what I do. There was this one video that I had, I forget what it was. It was like a year, I think it was my year video, my 1 year video of having dreadlocks, and I loved the way I had my hair. It was when I had dread extensions still, and it was like in a bun, and it was a low bun, and it had some dreads hanging out and stuff, and I thought it looked really pretty. I really liked that hairstyle, but since taking out my extensions, I haven't been able to do it really because my dreads just kind of stick straight out whenever I try to like leave them down all pretty and stuff. So I don't really do that one anymore. And even when I did have dread extensions, it would take me a long time to do it. I would try really hard to make it look pretty, and as much as I try to give off the impression that like, oh yeah, like all my dread hairstyles are so easy to do, they're not. Actually, okay, the ones that I do now are pretty easy to do just because I find that I don't have any patience for my hair. So anything that takes longer than 10 minutes, I find myself getting really impatient with. So I'm just, I guess, going to show you kind of quickly some of the things that I do with my hair. And yeah, you guys can do with that what you wish. So the one that I find that I do most often for when I go to work is I kind of like push it to the side. And so since I have bangs, like I kind of like to leave my bangs out some. So what I'll do is kind of like a side ponytail thing. And so I'll take a dread that's like just above my ear here, and then one that I have this one dreadlock that at the base of my neck, and it's a big guy, and it started out as two. You can see here it started out as two when I had short hair. It's kind of funny because they shrank up a little bit, so these two used to be a little bit longer, but then they grew together, and now there's just one massive one. So I don't like it when that one, like, I like having my hair so that when it is in a side ponytail, all of my dreads are on the side. I don't like having any of them hanging out the back. And yeah, so the way that I try to get to do that is, so this one is right in the middle of my neck at the very base. So I'll take a dread that is on this side and pull it underneath that big guy, and then around to this one that I tie it with that's just above my ear, and I just tie it into a knot basically, because unless my dreads are really skinny, like unless I try to use two skinny dreads and make a knot, it's easy to untie. So this is basically what I'll do, and then I'll tuck in dreads that are trying to kind of stick out. I'll tuck these ones back, and sometimes this one's not very tight, but also I don't have a mirror here. I'm just using the camera on my computer as a mirror. So this is basically what I'll do. I'll sometimes use bobby pins to make them stay back. Sometimes I'll pin my bangs back. Sometimes I'll do this on the other side. Normally it looks prettier than this. I don't know why it's not looking very nice right now. But yeah, this is the one that's like my go-to just because it's really easy and it still looks pretty. And I don't know, like at the golf course, I kind of have to have that mentality that like I want to make tips, and as much as it kills me inside to um so I'll try and explain myself. So making tips, I feel like I have to, I don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to say. Like I know in my head what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. So like if I feel like I still have to look like kind of girly to get good tips, I guess, from these dudes who are golfing, just because like I don't really like flirt with them just because like what's the point, you know? I don't like giving people the wrong impression anyways, and I mean, I guess I've been told that I'm a flirt before anyways, and I try to be friendly and I try to be nice, and I guess that comes off as flirtatious, and I don't mean it to be flirtatious, it just kind of comes off that way. I guess sometimes I hope it doesn't all the time. I really hope it doesn't all the time because I don't like giving people the wrong impression, but there have been a couple of times when, like, not a lot, but there have just been a few times when like guys have kind of hinted at like asking for my number or like giving me their number, and I just kind of like brush it off as though they're joking, and so that kind of like sets them straight most of the time. Like, I'm not interested, and like if someone tries to pursue me further, then that's kind of when you have to flat out say I'm actually not interested, and you just have to say to them like that's just not a thing. And yeah, so like I mean, I feel like I like to make it look like I have like, oh, this, like, even though I have dreadlocks, it's like I can still be pretty, guys, because people kind of jump to conclusions about my dreadlocks sometimes, and I don't like to assume that people jump to conclusions. And if I did assume that they jumped to conclusion, I would probably just wear it back all the time, just because, back in like a bun or something all the time, just because then you can't even really see it. But I don't know, I really like my dreadlocks, and I like to showcase them. And if um I've never worn my hair fully down at work before, like just nothing tied back at all. I've always worn it back a little bit. So I don't even really know how people would take it when I took it down all the way. Not sure, but I've never tried it before, so maybe one day when I'm feeling ambitious, I'll do that. But yeah, so like I like to do it like this most often just because I think it looks like really cute, and I think it looks kind of like feminine, and so I'll do it like this most of the time when I go to work. Other times I really only have like 3 or 4 different styles that I do. So this is the side one, cute little side one. I used to be able to do it in a braid when my dreads were longer. And okay, on the last video that I made, someone said, oh, short dread hairstyles would be an awesome like video for you to make. And I never realized that I have shorter dreads until that person made that comment. Because I always thought I had like, medium length hair. And I mean, when I had straight hair, I would have killed for my hair to be this length because my hair takes so long to grow. You have no idea. And the fact that I have dreadlocks, and I think the reason why it took so long to grow is because I would always use like a straightener or curling iron on it, and I dye it a lot, so that does not help it grow. And so having dreadlocks, I think, has helped a lot with that because I don't use any products on it. Well, like straightener or anything like that, really. Like sometimes I'll do it on my bangs if they're doing like a woohoo thing, but I'll not really use it very much. And yeah. So the other way that I like to do my hair is like I like to tie it back, sometimes like just straight back, but I like to do it a certain way because I don't like it when like I'm very particular. So whenever I tie it back, I just take 2 dreads, kind of at the base of my neck down here, and then I'll tie it back like this. It's really easy. Just tie it into a knot again, like I said, and it gets it out of your way, and it's really, really simple, and it showcases your face, and it gets them just, like I said, just out of your face. But I don't really like to do it like this. I do it like this if I'm like eating or something and I'm like leaning over. I had a pad thai today and my hair kept getting in my food because I would be like trying to get my chopsticks and like eat these noodles and stuff, and then my hair would keep getting on my face so quickly. I was just like, oh my god, just get this out of my face. I want to eat my pad thai like right now. And so then I like tie it back quickly. But when I go to work, I try to do it a little prettier. So I'll take I'll take 2 dreads from like just above my ears or just behind. I'll tie it back like this. This is another hairstyle I do pretty often, I'd say, at least, actually, where I just take the 2 dreads just above my ears and then like this, so it's kind of like a half up, half down kind of thing. And I like this one a lot too. I sometimes do this one for work, not always, but sometimes, just because this can also get in the way. And I'm also I don't just like work as a waitress at the golf course. I also do like some banquets, which is, it's like a fancy name for server at weddings. And so like you have to carry these big trays, and like this gets in the way, and so I don't always do it like this, but like I'll do this on a normal day. Anyways, so this is another hairstyle. And then to continue, the way I like to put it back, so I'll do like the two right here, and then I'll also take the two at the base, and I'll tie these ones a little bit looser, just because I don't even know why. I just like the look a little bit more, and I'm probably the only one who even notices it, but I just like the look a little bit more when I tie it a little bit looser. And so then, I don't know, it's like I'll kind of bring this out a little bit, and I don't know, I think this is like kind of pretty, and I don't know how well you can see it, but I can't turn all the way around. But yeah, so I'll do it like this a lot at work, because especially because, like, you know, in the summer it gets hot. It's been pretty cold lately actually, but I'll do it like this a lot, and you know, it's really good to get out of your way. And then I think the only other way that I do it in is, like, obviously I wear it down, and sometimes I don't think anyone ever notices, but I'll switch back and forth, like, where I part my hair. Lately I've liked to part it on this side, just because I don't like my hairline here, and these hairs are so short. They're just so, they're so short, and they never grow back. They never grow back ever, and I hate them. I hate them so much. It's like they're baby hairs, and I never even, they just don't want to grow. So I started to part my hair back on this side, and I like it more just because it's not in the middle, but it's a little more in the middle than what I would do when it was on this side, because then it's like definitely all the way over here. Maybe I'm just crazy, maybe it's totally on the same area, but this is the way I like it. And so the other way that I'll do it is I'll just put it all the way back into a bun. And so the way I do that is I only have two like long dreads really, so there's this one, and it's kind of easy because they're both in the top of my head. So I'll just like flip my hair over, and then I'll take two threads, top of my head. I'll bring them through so that I get all my dreadlocks. So I'll bring them up like this, and then make sure that all my dreadlocks are in fact in there. And I'll just wrap them around, kind of thing, like this. So I wrap it around once, and then I tie it at the back. Tie it into a knot at the back when it reaches. Of course, my hair is being difficult today, but I normally stand up when I do this, so it's a little bit easier when I'm standing. And normally it's not right on the top of my head, and I can feel right now it's going to be right on top of my head. Normally it's a little bit farther back. I don't really do a ponytail ever, just because if I were, they would just stick right up like this, because they're not very long. But, yeah, so I don't know, I just rearrange them the way that I like them, and then I'll just take some of these, and I'll just kind of, like, tuck them in. Like, I'll just tuck them under, like, the dread that I used to tie them back. And then sometimes they come out, so it takes a little while to get them to, see, this is why I don't put them back very often, just because, like, it takes longer than 2 minutes, and I'm so impatient and lazy that I just don't want to spend a lot of time on my hair anymore, and, like, I'm even getting frustrated, like, right now, just dealing with this. So sometimes I'll, like, pull out some dreads and let them kind of, like, flop down to the side, like, I don't know, I used to have a different video. There's another video that I posted from, like, I don't know, maybe when I first got dreadlocks, I think, only like 3 months or something like that. And I would like pull out some dreads from the side, kind of let them hang down a little bit, because I still really like it, but I want my dreads to get longer first. But, yeah, so this is the other way. Do my dreads like this, kind of, like, I really don't really care very much about the way they look. Like, whenever I'm not going out, I'll only put my hair back, like, if I put my hair into a bun and I'm staying home, I won't even take the time to make sure that all my dreads are, like, tucked in nicely and stuff like this. I'll, like, just kind of do it quickly, and then if they stick up, then I don't even care, because I'm just, like, I'm at home, and yeah, my mom's gonna point and laugh and be like, haha, you look like a rooster with a little, like, thing on the top, but, like, whatever. I just want to get them out of my way. So, yeah, like, if I'm going to work, like, I don't even really wear them back like this at work, just because, for some reason, I feel like the things that I wear at work, look bad on me when I have my hair up. and I don't even know what it is. It's a weird mentality, I guess, that I have. But I don't like wearing my hair up like this at work, even though it's probably the most practical, especially during the summer, because then they're like off the back of my neck, and like this is gonna sound really gross, but I like kind of sweat really easily, so it probably would be the most practical for me to do it like this. But it's just, it takes longer than just tying them back, you know? Like, it's just, I have to like bend over, and then I have to like tie it around, and I have to tuck them all in, and I have to make sure they look all pretty and stuff, and so I just don't care enough to do it. And you know, I used to do pretty things with it. Like, I would grab a scarf, and sometimes I would like tie it around the top and just like tuck it all in, and it would be like really pretty, you know, like this. Sometimes I would even like just use like a pretty scarf and like tie it to the side. And I used to braid it and stuff to the side. I would start by like kind of just braiding it at the back and braiding it down, and then kind of pulling it over my shoulder and braiding it like this and letting it kind of hang over my shoulder a little. But yeah, since I took my extensions out, which I'm so happy about, I love not having extensions. It's the best thing ever. I never have to use a crochet hook. In fact, I only have to use a crochet hook when I have extensions in my dreads, and the only dreads I have extensions in, I saw my friend today and I said, oh, this is the only dread I have an extension in. That's actually a lie, because I realized I was looking through my hair, and the one right next to it also has an extension in it. I think you can even see this is my natural hair sticking out right here. Not that. Screw you. This thing right here is like my natural. I don't even think you can see it very well, but maybe you can. Whatever. So I only have 2 dreads that still have extensions in them, and that makes me so happy because I hated having extensions. But yeah, those are really all the dread hairstyles that I know, and I wish that I knew more that I could tell you, because I feel like that there are probably some funkier hairstyles that you could use, but I really just like wearing my hair down, and I don't even know why. Like, I like I just like it, you know? Like, I like wearing it down just because I feel like it looks just so nice. I love my dreadlocks. I'm like, wouldn't I show the world? You know, why wouldn't I show them? And I don't know, I like wearing my hair back too. It's mostly like back, like all the way back, or just down that I'll do. And when I go to work, it's always basically to the side. I always do the whole like to the side thing here. Grab a dread from the back, tuck it in, whatever, this one from the front, blah blah, grab it, tie it, knot it, and then bam, you're done, ready to go to work. Really? See, that took less than a minute, and that's what I want. So yeah, that's why I don't really do a whole lot with my hair. I think that's probably why I don't put it up as much as I do leave it down, just because it takes too long and my arms like start to hurt from like sticking it up. I realize how lazy I am now and how impatient I am now that I'm trying to describe my routine with doing my hair. But I've been thinking about doing a little bit of a dip dye thing with like white blonde. I've wanted to dye my hair white blonde for so long, and I'm never gonna get the chance to, because I'm trying to be adamant about not dyeing my hair, especially when I have dreadlocks, because I don't want dye to get stuck in them, and I don't know, I don't want to ruin them, I don't want to hate it, but I don't know. So that's my dilemma right now, even though, I don't know, I probably won't dye them. I just probably won't. I'm way too, yeah, I can't see myself doing it in the near future or even far future. But yeah, so that's my dread hairstyles video, and you can do with that information what you will, and I hope it helps you guys who are looking for ways to do your dreads. And yeah, so have a good night, people.